It's time to live your stronger life. Hey, I'm Sammy, physio coach and nutritionist, and your hype girl for creating your stronger life. Here, we ditch the quick fixes and build real strength inside and out. So whether you're here to tone up, drop the body fat, build muscle, mental resilience, or ditch the diet culture, or just feel bloody good in your skin, you're in the right place. So let's get into it. Hey fam, today we are diving into a principle that sits at the heart of getting stronger, building muscle, shaping your body, and staying consistent on your fitness journey. It is progressive overload. This is one of those topics that sounds a bit technical and everyone's like, they use that word progressive overload. And often everyone's like, I don't actually know what that means, but I know that I'm doing it. It's like, are you actually? Well, this is one of those elements that is one of the most simple and empowering tools that you can have in your training toolbox if you actually want to get consistent results and continue to progress like throughout life, and also to enjoy the journey because you've got something that you're always working towards and always like improving on over time. So let's break it down in a way that actually helps you take action today. So what does progressive overload actually mean? It's the idea of gradually increasing the stress that you place on your body over time, on your muscles, your tendons, even your nervous system. Adapts when you challenge it just that little bit more than you did last time. It's not about destroying yourself in the gym every single time. It's not, I can't walk for 3 days after the gym vibes. It's just enough to nudge your body forward. That sweet spot where the growth happens, but you can still recover from it and improve each time. It's like, cool, we did it. We pushed ourselves, we recovered, we can handle it, now let's go a little bit more. It's really just the same as like, when you're at school, you start in kindergarten, you go to year 1, you go to year 2, you go to year 3, and every year you go to school, you learn something, and then you learn a little bit more, and then they add on to it, and then they add on to it, and you learn a layer. Imagine if you just kept learning the same shit every single year over and over again. At the end of the 12 years or 13 years, you're going to know nothing except the one thing that you learned. When you go to the gym and do the exact same weight and the exact same reps over and over again, you are literally just repeating the same year at school over and over again. So it's really important that you do incorporate progressive overload, otherwise you're going to get nowhere. You train, nothing changes, and your body gets really good at doing exactly what you've already done and adapting and staying the same and no more. So progressive overload turns your effort into results. It helps you build muscle, improve strength, it boosts your confidence because you're improving, it increases your mental and physical resilience, and it keeps training fun because you're always working towards something more tangible. Alrighty, so these are some techniques that you can use to apply progressive overload. Now, my very first recommendation, the most important method to improve your to add progressive overload is to improve your technique and your range of motion. You're more in control of the repetitions. There's better tension throughout the repetitions. You're doing full range of motion. Every little element of improving your quality of the performance of the exercise, I did not word that properly. Every time you can improve your technique when you're doing an exercise is an upgrade, is an improvement. You could do the same weight of a barbell back squat for a couple of weeks in a row, but you notice the first time you're not doing full depth. The next time you're starting to get full depth, but you're noticing that your knees are getting a bit wobbly. The next time you're going full depth, your knees feel really locked on, your core feels really strong. You're doing the same weight, but you're feeling better and better. I would focus on the technique first. Earn the weight, earn the repetitions. At like full range of motion with quality. You're in control of the weight is not in control of you. Yes, during the push phases or the fast pull down phase, you want the power, but you want to be in control on the other side of that so that you're preventing injuries, but you're also utilizing the muscle in both phases of the movement. So step 1, improve your technique and make sure you're doing full range of motion before you earn the weight. Then I would be increasing your repetitions. You can lift the same weight with the beautiful technique, but you're going to add 1 or 2 repetitions. Even if you add 1 repetition than you did last week, that is still progress because that is still adding a little bit of volume stimulus than you did the week before. So first, range of motion. 2, increase your repetitions. 3, increase your weight. That's the obvious one. And even small jumps matter. 1 or 2 kilos, even half a kilo. Tiny steps add up massively over time. Think about if you added like 500 grams to a weight every single week. Like imagine the progress that you're going to get after 6-8 weeks, right? And so also caveat that when you're doing big muscles, lower body stuff, it is easier to add weight than it is on the upper body exercises because the relative change is different. Think about adding, like you're doing a 100 kilo squat and you add 1 kilo. That's like tiny, it's 1%. If you add 1 kilo to a 5 kilo lateral raise, that's a huge ass jump. I could do the math, but I'll probably stuff it up. But I'm going to say that's like 20 to 25% maybe ish. Was it? Don't judge me. Yeah, it's like 20%. It's like a 20% jump. So you add 1% if you add 1 kilo on a 100 kilo squat. If you add 1 kilo to your dumbbell lateral raise, that's like 20%, right? I hope. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's a big jump. So it's why it takes a lot longer to add weight, and there's not usually that many tiny increments with the upper body exercises. So that's why you can get stuck at the same weight for a while with upper body exercises. So that's when I would be focusing on the repetitions first. Just add more reps, and then you could even add weight, do as many repetitions as you can, and then drop back down and finish the set off with the lighter weight again, like little techniques like that. But anyways, I'm digressing. Increase the reps. Make sure the range of motion is beautiful before you earn the right to add more weight. Add more weight. Start with literally a kilo counts. Every little bit adds up over time, and it still is a new stimulus on your body. Another technique you can do is increasing the number of sets you do, which is going to increase your total training volume. And adding volume, like your muscles are going to respond. But with that being said, you got to make sure you're not sacrificing recovery. You don't want to add too many sets. You don't want to suddenly be doing 10 sets of squats in one set, like in one day. That's just disgusting. So adding sets sparingly, but adding total volume can also be another form of progressive overload. Some people will also say reducing rest time can also be, it's another way to add challenge, but it wouldn't be a technique I recommend for progressive overload to build muscle and get stronger, because it's just going to sacrifice the performance in the sets. So whilst they'll say reduced rest time is a form of progressive overload, I don't recommend it, because you're not going to be able to perform as good in the next following sets, and then that's going to make the exercise more redundant and not as effective. So you're better off giving your body the full rest and pushing harder in your working sets than you are to decrease the rest time, in my opinion. Then you can implement other little strategies, like you could do pausing in the deep squat position, like in the bottom stretch positions. You can do tempos, you can do rest pause sets and drop sets, and there's other little like techniques that you can implement. They're not necessary, but they can be fun implementation tools to add extra volume in different ways, to also add progressive overload. It's just all different ones, but it's not about doing everything at once. Do one thing at a time based on the order of events that I just listed out for you. Now, progressive overload isn't just the physical part, it's also the mental side of things. So when you first go to the gym, you don't know how to push hard. You don't know how to push yourself to failure. Like, you will stop well before failure because you think it's hard. You feel like, oh, it's burning, I'm done. And it's like, no, dude, you got heaps more reps in the tank. But that alone is a form of progressive overload, because you need to learn the discomfort of pushing your muscles to failure. You need to understand what that looks like and what that feels like. And so as you go through your training journey, you're also going to improve on that as well. So you're going to learn, okay, I actually thought I was done, but I really had heaps more reps in the tank. Okay, I'm getting used to feeling this discomfort. I can push a little bit harder. Oh, look, I can do this way. Okay, I push myself. I trust myself. Even if I fail in this exercise, it's fine because I trust myself more. You're going to build more like confidence on the mental side of things, not just the physical side of things, and that can take time to build up with your training intensity as well. Doing all of this in progressive overload and enjoying the journey of training is a mindset. Like, you're going to grow, you're going to develop discipline, you're going to develop mental resilience, because you're learning to do the stuff that's uncomfortable and hard, and it builds belief in yourself and empowers you, because every time you lift slightly heavier or you move slightly better, you're proving to yourself that you are capable of more and more and more. And it's also going to teach you that slow progress is still progress. It teaches you to have delayed gratification and enjoy the journey, not the destination. It's basically just like 1% better, 1% better, 1% better. And you almost forget about the end result because you're so busy focusing on those day-to-day, week-to-week, those little steps along the way. Some quick common mistakes to avoid: jumping too fast too soon. When you're training consistently, it's really hard to progress consistently. Letting your ego take over. Like I said, you got to earn the right to put weight on the machine or on the bar. If you're not tracking your workouts, you cannot implement progressive overload because you don't know what you did last time. So how do you know what to do next time? Mistaking soreness for a sign of always progress. You don't always have to be sore after your training sessions to have a good training session. And then, of course, you're not fueling your body enough to support growth. If you're not improving in your training, you need to have a look at your nutrition and your recovery strategies. Your body will thrive on this structure, not chaos. I mean, your body doesn't know, oh, last week we did 5 kilos, this week we did 5.5 kilos. everyone, we need to grow more muscle because we had progressive overload. Like, your body doesn't actually know that, but it does know mechanical tension. So by adding more reps, adding more weight, adding more sets, adding more volume, your body recognizes more mechanical tension on the body, and so therefore it adapts to mechanical tension, not like the literal number, just for the record. But yeah, not eating enough, not recovering enough, and not doing this gradual progression with structure. And the structure just helps for you to stay accountable. Adding more mechanical tension over time is just easier when you're tracking it all to keep it consistent as well. And these small sustainable steps will win every time to getting massive progress in the long run. So let's put it all together, your action steps, ladies. So next time you go to the gym, I want you to track every repetition, every weight that you do for all your exercises. And then the following week, I want you to implement at least one method of progressive overload. Range of motion, adding reps, adding weight. Track it, stay consistent, and rinse and repeat, and keep showing up and committing to getting just a touch better every single week. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and if I have just called you out as one of those ladies who are like, I do 10 times 3 for every single exercise for the same weight on the same machine for the last 10 years, I'm like, dude, that's why you're not getting any progress. So hopefully you found this helpful, and as always, come let me know on my Instagram if there's more that you'd like to hear. I would love to know, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks so much for listening. If you found this episode valuable, please rate, review, and subscribe, and I'd love if you shared this on your Instagram and tag me Sammy_livestrong. And if you'd like to learn more about my coaching and join the Project Livestrong family, please message me Livestrong on Instagram, and I'll see how I can help. I'll see you next time.